This was probably one of the great experiences I've had, being able to come back and see players that I coached 30, 35 years ago. Some of them have come up to me and talked to me about how much that I meant to them, which I had no idea that was going on. That touched my heart tremendously. And then this morning at the breakfast, to hear all the different stories and all, really brought tears to my eyes. It was an emotional time. And so being able to come back and see guys that I coached a long, long time ago was, words can't describe what I was feeling.
I dream of a campus that produces mighty oaks of righteousness. These majestic trees that grow over generations and are a powerful image of the enduring strength as portrayed in the angel oak. I dream of a campus where we love God passionately with our minds and with our hearts and with our hands extended in service, where we equip men and women to be the presence of Christ in the world, empowered by the Holy Spirit as we feed the hungry, care for the orphans, translate His good news to all peoples of the earth through our lives as a display of His splendor.
After 40 years, it's like we have never even, it was like there was no time at all. We just picked up right up where we left off. It's a family situation. Everyone here thinks each other's brother, and we just caught up, and it's one of the best things that I've done in several years, is to reconnect with all my old friends.
I must always acknowledge that we never could have done it without Coach Duran being used of the Lord and the people that he brought together. But he could not have done it if there had not been men like you who said, I want to be a part of this. I believe this is what God is directing me to. I mean, all over this room are people whose lives were totally redirected because of coming to Evangel and what God did in and through their life. I am eternally grateful for the great privilege of being a part of what God did through Evangel for Life.
What the Lord showed me back then was a bunch of guys that had their hands lifted up. And you know, in Pentecost, when you lift your hands up, you're surrendering to the Lord. And I know one thing. When I saw that, God said, I am going to do something special with these guys. They're going to be anointed. They're going to be special to me. And they're going to go out to all parts of this country and all parts of this world, and they're going to do my work.
I know that seasons come and go, but I know that change takes place not in a day, and not in a week, and not in a season, not in an hour, and not in a minute. Change takes place in a moment. That's the way the power of God works in our lives. And so maybe we come into a room like this and it hasn't been a good season. Maybe it's been a painful season, a season of loss, a season of confusion. Maybe it's been a season of transition. And yet that season, honestly, can end and another can begin in a moment. That's the way our God works. Right now, you might not feel like there's a lot in your hand, but I got a word for you. At this stage and age of your life, one more time, in one more moment, if you'll give God what's in your hand, then God's going to do something special and new for you in your life.
We were not casual when it came to the way we worshiped, with our witness, with who we are. We were genuine, authentic, and on fire, over the edge believers. None of this halfway stuff. We were going to serve God with all of our hearts, and that's exactly what you did. All of the glory and the honor and the praise still goes to Jesus. We laughed. We said our fight song was Victory in Jesus, and we ran off the field singing I Surrendered All. That's a great joke. It's overused, but what I can tell you is this. Every time I look over this place and I see you, in my mind, as I remember this moment, I'm going to remember a bunch of guys that did surrender all. And the world has never been the same because of what you gave and because of what you did during those years. I love every one of you. Thank you.